Hello, America. It's time to check the nonsense at the door, clear the cobwebs between your ears, and have a rational-ish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense.
Let's be clear what's happening in this country. It's Nazism. Republicans are Nazis. You cannot separate yourselves from the bad white people.
Growing up in the 90s, I never thought much about race. Sure, you noticed, but never really seemed to matter that much, at least not to me.
Being a white, straight, cisgender man, it's the top of the pile.
I'm on the top of the pile. That's me. Am I racist?
I would really appreciate it if you left.
I'm trying to learn. I'm on this journey.
Can you please leave?
If I'm going to sort this out, I need to go deeper undercover. If I want to be an ally, I need to look like one.
What is racism?
Martin Luther King said not to judge people by
Martin Luther King said a lot of stuff.
Is America inherently racist?
What the hell is that?
The word inherent is challenging there. America is racist to its bones. All of the...
So inherently.
Yeah.
The entire system has to burn. And I'm not going to even use save this country. This country is not worth saving. This country is a piece of shit.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
They gon' say I'm racist.
Joining us now is Matt, certified DEI expert.
Here's my certification. Where are you guys on your anti-racist journeys? So I'll look around the room and point to who we believe is the most racist person in the room. We want to rename the George Washington Monument to the George Floyd Monument. Would you mind signing it? You will? What do you think about this issue of heteronormativity and how it intersects with the broader structures of racism in society?
They gon' say I'm racist.
What's up with white people? What are you doing to decenter your whiteness?
Who's making it the center? Why are they doing that?
And what you're doing is you're stretching out of your whiteness. This is more for you and less for you. White.
Folks.
White.
Trash. White supremacy. White woman. White boy.
White.
Entitlement.
White.
Centering.
White.
Silence.
Is there a black person around here?
So there's a black person right here. Does he not exist?
They gon' say I'm racist, but they call everybody racist.
Hi, Robin.
Hi. And what's your name?
I'm Matt.
Matt. Hi, Matt.
Nice to meet you.
Just had to ask who you are because you have to be careful.
Never be too careful.
They gon' say you racist, but they call everybody racist.
That's right. I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is The Lost Art of Common Sense. And obviously, from the long intro, we are talking about the movie Am I Racist? And the subject surrounding it. Not necessarily race as much as like race hustlers, I guess. But the show is brought to you by our merch shop.
Buy our shit.
Yep, buy our shit. Be sure to check out the website. And some of you may have seen the awesome designs on the way in. But let's jump into it, Kevin. Did you see the movie?
I have not seen the movie yet. I know you have. No, I have not had time to go see the movie. It does look hilarious, though.
I'm not gonna lie. It was. It started out, and just a pre-warning: there may or may not be some spoilers, because I don't care. You should have already seen it. But it's one of the funniest movies I think I've ever seen in my life. It starts out kind of uncomfortable because you're like, "What the hell is wrong with these people?" And it's his interaction with them and him drawing them out that made it so funny. And like, yeah, a lot of people are bitching. It's like a Borat, whatever, but they had to, trick him into feeling safe and actually showing who they really were.
It seems really cringy at times. Like it would be hard to watch.
They're at you only see, you only witness at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like at the very beginning is kind of what the fuck. And then as the movie goes on, it's just like I'm saying, it's hilarious.
Huh.
Like it has a point, and you walk away with the message that he's trying to portray, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, you told me it was one of the funniest movies you've ever seen.
Yes, and that is not a lie. Why do you think he made it?
Well, I think it's weird. Racism has been in the forefront of everything for the last 4 or 5 years, since 2020. Since
It's been longer than that.
Well, I mean, since like Obama took
I'd
office.
say Obama's second term is when
Yeah.
it really
Really, when the Ferguson thing happened, Ferguson, Missouri, then race really took a turn because it's like we regressed. Well, people want to make us believe we regressed. I think for the most part, America is, I mean, not racist. There's always select few people, but I think he made it to show how crazy this shit is. How guilty people feel because they're white, and how ridiculous that is.
well, and now him being a certified DEI, that's not fake.
No,
He
he
took an
actually is.
online course to become
That
a
is
certified
commitment.
a DEI instructor.
That is absolute commitment.
Like the part where he gives that card to the guy, he's like, "Yeah, here's my card," and the guy started reading everything off it. I will give that's one thing. He's like, "You're not supposed to read that much. Give me that back," because it's like DEI certifications.com certifies it, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And he's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're reading too much. Just look at the DEI certified.
Yeah, you're only supposed to look at this part, man.
Well, and that guy was actually talking about, like, I think he was an ex-cop, and he was talking more about how, this race thing's an illusion, and then Matt was playing the devil's advocate as the DEI guy.
Matt, yeah, I think you just gotta look it up on Google, buddy, and you can be a DEI certified person.
Yeah, it's an online course.
Yeah, maybe you could do it for.
I think it's literally like
maybe you
DEI
could be the
certified.com.
You might be the DEI guy for the company you work for.
Yeah,
So
I think you'd
just
be good
bring
at
that up. You might get a raise or not. I don't know.
maybe. But I mean, obviously, is there racism in America?
I mean, is there racism in America? Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
of course there is. There's always going to be racism. There's 330 million people, almost 340 million people. Yes, there's going to be racists out there. There's going to be racists towards everybody in every community. There is. I'm sorry, it's just the fact of life.
Well, and
you're not getting rid of it.
I personally I've seen it, like the kind of racism that they accuse everyone of being in this country. I've actually seen just pure ignorant. Did I just go through a time portal? Where the hell am I? Racism, like purely disliked people, like groups of people. When I was working in Arkansas, I was just like, "What the?" Fuck?
Oh, I'm sure there's pockets.
But yeah, is it systemic though?
No. Well, systemic means it's in the system. It means the system is actually built to promote one race above another, and there is no laws in this country that are specifically against one race or for one race. It's for all men and women.
Well, and it's interesting if you think about it though, because you know how you said like it's in the system, but
that's what
if you look at these big population centers, okay, that are normally ran by Democrats, the education system, opportunities for people are at a disadvantage in these big population centers. Yeah. And I track it back to, and I've said it, I don't know how many times on the show, I track that shit back to George Bush and the No Kid Left Behind, which people took as you can't hold them back or some shit, because we literally have people graduating that can't read.
Yeah, instead of upping like the amount of teaching or whatever.
It's like they took it as like, oh, I don't have to work as hard because
they just push kids through, and that did not help anybody.
Well, and how are you helping somebody
by just pushing them through?
Well, it's like Washington, wasn't it? Washington that said that test scores or something. They say that SAT.
They're back to test scores now because they realized it was a dumbass plan. What they did is they took away test scores because they thought they were racist.
Yeah, it's like you're not holding anybody to it's like SATs, like that's what places people for college, because like there are different high schools and levels, so that's how you place stuff.
Yeah, there's colleges that didn't factor in your SAT score.
Well, what happens?
And they did because people were dropping out because they couldn't handle the
Well,
classes.
and you know what SATs do as well is it's like a litmus test for the school.
Yeah.
Like, oh, everyone's SAT scores from this school suck. There must be something wrong with school. Like, oh no, SATs are just racist. We're not horrible teachers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and it was brought up at the beginning of yeah.
Brought up at the beginning what? Did you just lose your whole train of thought there?
Yeah, because
What the
hell is
trailer?
that? The trailer.
Oh my god.
I'm still getting over my COVID brain fog.
Were you pushed through? Were you one of them Bush children?
No. I went to pancake class.
That's right.
That's what happened. They didn't push you through. They make you to go to pancake class.
Oh, well.
And you learned.
And
But,
ate pancakes.
At the beginning of the trailer, he mentioned like he grew up in the 90s and race really wasn't a thing. I mean, do you remember race being an issue growing up?
Not really.
I mean, you heard stuff. You knew like racial
Well,
stuff.
to be honest, we went to a primarily one race school, though. I mean, it's not like I don't think we ever like hated other races or anything like that. I mean,
no, I
don't remember racism like at all, really. I mean, I don't remember being a factor in life at all until my 30s.
Well, and I don't get it. Like when we worked at Access Direct, I don't remember her, not Access Direct. What was that? Apex? APAC. I don't remember her first name. I remember her last name was Jackson, but she was like our floor supervisor.
Yeah.
And she was a black woman. And I never thought anything of it other than
she's the floor
she was our super. Yeah. She's like, oh, there's your floor. Okay.
She was actually pretty cool.
She was cool. And I think I disappointed her a lot.
Wow.
More like, what the hell is wrong with you? But we made her laugh. So I think she actually liked us.
Yeah. We were funny people.
But I just don't remember like that being a big deal.
No.
And it was getting better. Like I don't know if it was pre-Obama, pre-second term, but they did a, like a snap poll. I don't know how accurate it is, but like it was like 54% of people or black people thought that race relations weren't bad. And like 65% of white people thought race relations weren't bad. And then after Obama's second term, it was like both sides were like in the 20s.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, what's the X factor there? I mean, I'm just saying. Let's see. According to the left, America is racist to its bones / core. And that lady. Oh, by the way, every person who was.
No, we did not apologize, Miss Jackson, because she was for real.
You are for real. No, she loved us.
Yeah.
I mean, she might have like looked at us like we were her special kids, but it's whatever. Yeah. She was nice. I liked her. Oh, and just a side note, all the people that were interviewed in that movie, like the race hustlers, every single one of them deleted their X account after this movie came out.
Well, I mean, yeah, they look like idiots.
Well, that's the funny thing is that was them being real. So it's
it's not like they did an act for him to impress him.
Yeah, it's like, oh crap, people are gonna call me on my bullshit. Oh, and another thing you see throughout the movies, every single person, other than that guy he gave the DI card to, got paid. And I forgot there was nobody who got paid less than $1,000.
Yeah,
somebody got paid 30. I think the lady who kicked him out of the class got paid 15, but they were intentionally putting that in there.
Yeah,
like this is a con. Like people like, I think that dinner was like 15 or 20 grand, and a bunch of white women in it. They only allow white women in that dinner. Period. Are paying all this money to go to a dinner and have someone call them racist.
What the fuck?
It's stupid. And then that one lady who said that the country isn't worth saving, she's like, I was a white woman for blah, 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 and I failed at it. So you just decided not to be white one day? Or
I don't know what that means.
But if it is racist to its, the bone, the core, and if that was true, how could you ever overcome racism?
You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's ingrained, technically you can't. I mean, what are you going to do? I guess you got to go to I don't know, these special classes to try to brainwash yourself. It's like what's it? Those anti-gay camps and stuff. I mean, I'm sorry.
Pray the
I
gay
don't-
away.
Pray the gay away. I just don't think those actually work. If you're racist to your core, you're just going to be racist. There's no fixing it.
I mean, technically, that
The world is done.
I think that
Everything
did
is
work on
racist.
somebody. I don't know if they ended up going back to being gay later, but there are stories of people like, you know what? That's right. I'm not going to be gay.
Okay, well, I guess it might work on a few then.
But yeah, I mean, if you say it's just like in the just sewn into the culture, then you're saying is you're bitching about a problem that could never be fixed. So why don't we just go back to where we were before, where nobody thought about race, and like,
Just
I don't know,
people were
judge
based
someone
on
on their character and their
character
merit?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I
racist,
think
Kevin.
yeah, I know. That's me. Big old
If you
racist.
say they're going to use it, oh, you just said it. It's going to be a meme now.
Why judge somebody on their accomplishments, their merits, who they are as a person, when you can just look at their skin color and realize if they're good or bad?
There is a point in that movie where, like, I forgot where it was, but it's like explain your most racist moments or something like that, or a moment where you were racist. And he was like, well, there was this guy a black guy walking out to my car, and I rolled up my window, and I always felt bad about that. I mean, incidentally, he did carjack the guy behind me, but I mean, that's the kind of shit that's the kind of shit he says.
See, that
And it's
shit-
funny because it's like, how are you saying this and not and holding character?
It's not like because he doesn't know what they're going to ask him, so he's just going off the cuff with it.
Yeah.
That's
So DEI is pushing that, like, we're just racist to the core. But is there any redeeming qualities about it?
Nope,
Nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, I can't. Really think
If you can't judge again, if you can't judge somebody by the qualities or their, or if their performance or if they deserve a job, you can't just give somebody a job because of their race. I mean, that's technically illegal.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand how DEI is even legal.
Bill Maher was trying to make a case for like how that is helpful, but then he's like, but you wouldn't want to use that like for doctors and stuff.
So you just where's the cutoff?
Yeah. It's like, okay, so
Boeing, whose planes are falling out, I mean, just falling out of the sky, whoever, I don't care who they hired. I don't care if it's a white dude, black dude, an Indian dude, Chinese dude, whatever, whoever's doing that shit, you suck at your job. And yeah, no, that's it. I mean, there's, I don't know. You do it off quality. Just hire off quality. I mean,
well, and what I don't understand is like, and the same thing goes with Harris. Like people are like, well, if you don't support her, it's because you're racist and sexist. It's like, or it's because she's not qualified for the job. Like
Yeah,
her
or
skin color
she-
has nothing to do with the fact that she's an idiot.
I don't know if anybody watched her talk last night, but
That will be
oh
talked
my
about
God. I know. It's just, geez, come on. Nope. How do you talk for 3 minutes and not answer a question?
later. Well, that's what you do when you don't have an answer for the question. Did you see Trump on Gutfeld?
No, I didn't.
That was pretty good.
Was it?
You know who Tyrus is, right? That big wrestler guy who's on Fox News. He
Yeah.
gave Trump an actual authentic Trump president's championship wrestling belt.
Did he really? That's
Like,
pretty
Trump's like, oh, this is like real. And he's like, yeah, you think I'm going to give the president a fake wrestling belt? Like it's
fucking-
the leather. And then they were like, you should wear that from now on. It's got that big metal plate. It can protect you.
There you go. That's awesome.
But yeah, it's like
Somebody's
people
looking out
like,
for 'em.
if you want someone like, here's an idea, just run someone who's qualified to do the job.
Yeah.
And people can say whatever they want about, well, we'll get into that later. Next question. Are these anti-racist workshops set up to end racism or make white people feel guilty for their lack of soul? I mean, melanin, or possibly a con job?
It's definitely not the first one. It's definitely part, like I would say 20%, the second one, and the the con job is most of it.
I would say probably the con job. I mean, because who was that dude? The guy has like 65 kids. He's the one that said lack of melanin is lack of soul. So we're all a bunch of white
I don't know.
devils.
I'm pretty sure he used to be on America's Got Talent or one of them contestant shows.
He's been in a couple movies, I think, too.
Yeah,
Something like that. But he's like, he actually got kicked off for a
Is
while.
he a Wayne's brother? One of the Wayne's brothers? I don't know.
No. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know.
Was he a singer?
I can't remember his name. He's in the clip of him saying that law enforcement is based on racism or slavery, even though there's been some form of law throughout human history. And
Yeah.
since there's been slaves all through human history, then yeah, they probably did have that role. So I guess he's not technically wrong.
What happens when the law's in a non-slave area?
Well, you can't ask questions like that.
Oh, sorry.
That makes you
My
racist.
bad.
Let's see. In your mind, what is the best way for us as people, Americans, to get past race is something that defines us and puts us into these groups?
I don't know. Just don't care about it.
Yeah, I think the best way of dealing.
I think that's the best way to end racism is just don't care about it.
Yeah, I think you could take a page.
I think Morgan Freeman said that.
Yeah, he did. That's
racism only happens because people keep bringing up racism.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. Again, there's always going to be racist. It's just how it is. I mean, you're not going to change a backwoods Arkansas hillbilly's mind about racism or that he's being racist. Because
Well, and I always thought, even us growing up, if somebody was, unless they're amongst a group of their own ignorance, racist, like real racist, not this microaggression bullshit, that's been shunned for quite a while.
yeah,
Like since we were, since we were younger.
yeah.
I have not seen that yet, Matt. Have you seen it, Kevin? That movie?
I have not. Black Klansman? Nope. I guess I just when at first I saw that, I thought you were talking about the Chappelle Show clip. Which is a hilarious clip.
Yeah, not the same thing, Kevin. But yeah, I would agree.
Oh, is it not?
Well, okay, no. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never seen the movie. But yeah, I think that's the only way to like stop looking at people for the color of their skin. And how about stop treating minorities in this country like they're idiots?
Yeah, I mean that is the biggest racist fucking thing. Is Democrats have never not been racist. I think, because I mean they're so degrading to other races.
Yeah.
I mean, they assume that people are just stupid because they're not white. I mean, that is very racist to
I
assume.
mean, that's basically what they're saying. Like
No,
voter ID, they don't have ID. So
Kathy
what are you saying?
Hochul said that there's some kids in inner city New York City that don't know what the word computer means.
Well, and it's the same
just-
thing with like they have basically Biden has basically attached poor to minorities.
Yeah.
It's like the white kids are just as good as the poor kids, or whatever. It's like, geez.
Well, I mean, they think like they're like black people and minorities they're too stupid to get IDs to vote when most minorities agree with having an ID to vote would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Like it's
No,
high.
it's
It's like
it's
an 89%.
overwhelming.
It's
Yeah.
like an 89%. Like, yes, I think having IDs to vote is a good idea because you need an ID to drive, you need an ID to get liquor, you need an ID to get a gun, you need an ID to get into strip clubs, you need an ID to get. I mean, there's a lot of things you need an ID for, but to vote for president, you don't need one, or to vote for your Congress, or to vote for your city council, or I mean, that's when you don't need an ID. I mean, or to prove that you're a citizen.
Well, that's really just another example of how.
By the way, they dropped the SAVE Act.
What?
Yeah, they dropped it off the spending bill. So
Loser.
because Mike Johnson is a bitch.
Yeah, he is.
He might be my loser. I don't know. I forgot about that until just now.
Yeah, well, I think you can blame the the far right for getting rid of McCarthy. I think he was better than
He
Johnson.
was better than Johnson. And you blame Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene because they wanted to. It was a good way for them to get the little headlines so that people can remember them when it's time to vote.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
But then you look at it and you're like, great, we got this fucking nerdy loser who probably,
Well, and he's weak.
Yeah, he always caves. And I put a post out there that there's a reason Donald Trump is so popular is because he's in between both parties, yet outside the box. That, obviously I named a bunch of stuff Democrats are bad at. The whole trans thing for the kids, stuff like that. Then I said, Republicans are just as bad because they talk a big game, but when it's actually time to fight, they're like a bunch of fucking cuck losers that fucking just give up immediately and let the Democrats roll over them.
That's the one thing that I will give Democrats is at least I don't agree with anything that they do, but they get shit done. Republicans just talk a bunch of shit, and when it comes down to it,
They always fold over because they're weak men and women. They're bitches. I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't have a party because there's no party that I care. I mean, I don't like either party. One has horrible policies. One lets those policies go through. There is no party for me.
How do they not notice that? This is how they sit here and bitch about where the country's going. I think a lot of the established people in Washington don't give a shit one way or another. They're all getting paid, but they bitch and it's like, all right, well, look at what the Democrats are doing. Have a bunch of whiny bitches, and that's up to the people. You need to vote out your rhino Republicans.
This is a republic that has 75% of the American people do not have a spokesman for them. Because 75% of the people are in the middle, yet we go to extreme one way or the other all the fucking time. We need to vote everybody out and just replace the fucking system.
Yeah.
And
that's why everybody needs to go out and vote. I did not realize that gun owners don't, as a whole, don't vote.
What?
Yeah, it's like if you take the percentage of gun owners to voters,
liberals
the percentage is very, very small. Same with evangelicals.
It's
like 93 million eligible voters that are evangelicals, and 15% of them vote.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. So we have the right to bitch because we go out and vote. Like most of these lefties that say all this shit, and you
can't see it. I got a bunch of vote stickers on my poster here.
Oh, I can't see it. But you see all these people bitching and whining. I guarantee most of them don't even vote. But I mean, if you want to make a difference, you got to vote. That pretty well wraps up the main topic. You got anything else on it other than it's not hard not to be racist? Judge people on their actions and merit.
Nope, that's it.
Not their skin color. We just solved racism, Kevin.
Boom.
Did
it.
Let's go ahead and roll on.
Centuries of racism.
That's right.
It just got proved in, what was it? How about 32 minutes?
If they only had us. Let's roll into winners and losers.
In my book, you're a winner too.
I think you're a loser.
Kevin, who's your loser?
I'm doing Oprah.
Oprah. Oh.
Yeah, because Oprah, I'm just going to go with all these fucking celebrities and all these people that loved Donald Trump until he turned Republican, and he still has the exact same values he had. He says the exact same things, but now he's a monster. I mean, these people are hypocrites. I hate Hollywood for this. I mean, I like movies and stuff. I can disassociate a movie from a person's political.
It's very hard.
It is sometimes, but I mean, I can.
I used to dislike Tom Cruise more because I always like his movies, but Tom Cruise isn't he's smart.
Yeah,
he doesn't go out and offer his opinion other than so he's
Scientology.
Weird.
Yeah, he's weird.
Yeah, he's weird.
But what was it? I think it was Pharrell, maybe one of the music guys. He's like, celebrities need to shut the fuck up. You're an actor. You're a singer. You don't need to put out your politics.
Yeah, just because you have money doesn't mean you're smart.
No,
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, my loser is Meryl Streep.
Why is that? One of them actors
One of the actors
or actresses.
from the Oprah special yesterday, and I guess we can talk about that's down in the happenings, but we can talk about that now too, since we both kind of picked something from there. But I did not realize that she comes off as just a snobby, uppity bitch when she talks.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I was like, oh my
She
god,
kind
you're
of
so
looks like she'd
snobby.
be a snotty bitch, though.
Well, no, like she literally talks that way. It's
Oh.
like, and that whole thing was just a joke. It's like, at what point are the Democrats going to figure out no one gives a shit what celebrities have to say and what back in the day when they were smart and studios went out of their way to make sure that celebrities didn't say anything. Like
Yeah.
people didn't know anything about celebrities' personal lives. Nothing. They didn't offer their opinion, nothing. And the studios controlled that. And it's to make it to where you have this star and it makes him bigger in life. Well, like who's the dude who played Hellboy?
Ron Perlman.
That guy's a fucking idiot.
He's dumb as shit.
And you come out, you open your mouth, you offer up your stupid ass opinions based on that's the same thing with Taylor Swift. It's like, for one, if you're super rich, you can't relate with anybody.
Yeah.
All the bullshit you're supporting isn't necessarily, it's not going to affect you.
Exactly.
So, and it was just like, oh,
I don't
let's
understand
bring all these
why people even listen to. I mean, I don't know. People are weak minded.
I mean, yeah, there might be some people that are like, oh, blah blah blah, like Ben Stiller's a joke.
Yeah.
Fucking, I guess fucking
Probably Diddy got him.
Will Smith must have smacked.
They're going to fucking release the Diddy tapes unless they fucking say good stuff.
Probably. Well, and that's what's kind of weird how hardcore these people are going. It's like, do they got something on these people? And I think Will Smith might have hit Chris Rock a little too hard because I just figured he'd be better than that, Kevin. That's what I thought.
How come all these anti-establishment people are for the establishment? Like they say they're anti-establishment, but
like Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Rage to get vaccinated. But they ran that whole thing like a typical Oprah Winfrey show. And she's like super successful, came up on her own. Apparently she blamed America for making her overweight, but whatever.
What?
Yeah, apparently that's a thing. But like she finished, like someone asked Kamala a question. She went on this rant of bullshit, and then Oprah answered the question for her, like let her into the answer.
Who, Kamala?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
that's because she's an idiot.
I don't think Oprah has the influence that she once did. Just as
she's just super rich. Once she got on NBC, no one cares. No one watches the Oprah Network.
I mean, I watch shows on her.
Do you?
Yeah, they have murder shows.
No.
It's basically Discovery ID. It's kind of weird.
Thought maybe you just like playing with your vagina.
No.
I didn't know. That was that I just didn't.
No, but I'm just saying through your inappropriateness.
No.
But
like this one.
Yeah. What are the odds? What do you think?
3-1 on no.
Comment below. No, that whole thing was a joke, and I just don't think. And like, why would you? She's self-made. I think she's a billionaire, or she was.
I think she still is. She has ungodly money.
Of course, isn't there some kind of weird shit going on with her as well, or do they just attach?
I don't fucking. I don't pay attention to Oprah. I guess. I mean,
but like that was one of the things though. All those people hang out and talk together because one of the snobby things Meryl Streep did was like talking to I'm so glad I get to talk to you and blah blah blah. And Julia Roberts was a joke and all that shit, but she was like, "Oh yeah, and hi to you too, Oprah. I just saw you a couple days ago." Like, yeah, you guys are a joke. Who's your winner?
My winner is Mossad, the Israeli counterintelligence division, because they blew the dicks off a bunch of people, and that shit is hilarious.
It is hilarious. Let's just go ahead and roll into that little clip there. We'll just go ahead and take care of that right now.
Yeah, let's see that shit.
Be sure that for my dick! Oh, my dick! Oh!
I mean, seriously, genius. That is genius level.
Well, and the funny thing is
dick
they
particles
like,
is going everywhere.
They pretty much. I mean, people are trying to like, oh, is it a war crime? And like,
No,
what,
that's the least war crimey thing ever. If you didn't get a pager unless you were part of the terrorist organization Hezbollah.
Yeah.
So unless you're a terrorist, you have nothing to worry about. They also did it with walkie-talkies.
Well, there's a couple kids that died there around them. I mean, there were
around them.
damage.
I mean,
that's what's
seriously.
fucked up. They planned it, so they blew up their pagers. So then they went to walkie-talkies, and the walkie-talkies exploded.
No, I mean, you have to figure. I think 12,000 people were hit. To only have two civilians, like
there was a couple kids that died and stuff like that. I mean, that does suck, but it's like
nobody
talks about what led to that.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, they also killed 12 children of their own when they shot 8,000 missiles at fucking Israel.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's a genius move, though.
Yeah.
Like that might be the.
What's that one dude I'm always talking about on YouTube? The dude who does all the history stuff.
Was that the plumber?
Oh yeah, the fat electrician.
Oh yeah, electrician.
Yeah, it's trade work. No, he's got a shirt that says it's never a war crime the first time.
Well, no one's done it. No one's even thought of
this
it.
applies.
Like what happened? And we'll just take this out of it. What happened is Israel intercepted, they built the pagers, and Hezbollah.
Yeah, they intercepted them from Taiwan.
No, they built, but they intercepted them. Then I guess then they set up a dummy corporation, and Hezbollah bought the pagers from the dummy corporation. So they packed it with this a little bit of explosive inside the pager. So when a certain code came out, the battery would get hot and ignite the fucking explosive to where it fucking blew up. But somebody found out about it from Hezbollah. So they were actually going to do this later on, right?
Yeah.
But somebody found out from Hezbollah, or they're all of a sudden something happened to where the beepers just started getting hot on their own, and a couple of them exploded pre-detonation. So they had to do it all at once.
What's wrong with these batteries?
Before it got out there that these batteries were full of fucking explosives. So they just had to do it early.
I feel like it was a boss move.
But then they went to walkie-talkies. They didn't say
I mean, they totally disrupted their.
I am not
and
gonna
what
lie.
some people are saying though is this is signs of there's something else coming, because they'll correct from this sooner or later. So there's probably a bigger attack coming, which whatever. Hamas fucked up and they fucked around, and now everybody's finding out.
Yeah, well, technically Hezbollah had signed a treaty not to be in that north part of, or be near the north
Lebanon.
part of Lebanon, they're in Lebanon, and they weren't supposed to be armed, and they broke that immediately. So fuck them.
Yeah, after especially spending a bunch of rockets, it all tracks back to
all you fucking Jew haters. I mean, you're idiots.
Yeah, that's weird too.
Yeah.
They'll sit here and espouse oh, this is racist,
Yeah.
but it's totally cool to hate Jews.
Yeah.
Okay. Way to be original.
You know what I don't like? Terrorists.
Yeah.
So I'm going to laugh and their dicks get blown off.
I think that you could probably.
I don't think it could have blown off.
For whatever reason, and it could be the whole crucifixion thing, but it seems like Jewish people have been hated more than any other race for the longest throughout history.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't either. Probably the whole Jesus thing, maybe.
But it's like white people,
right?
huh?
Even before Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were slaves in Egypt.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So I don't know. My winner is DeSantis.
Yeah, why's that?
Mostly because he's not going to let the shooter that we'll talk about here in a second. Well, he launched a Florida investigation to find out what's going on. Now, of course, the feds are blocking Florida at every turn, but he's not going to let it go. I mean, he was a JAG officer, so he's got his scent.
Well, I mean, it makes sense not to let the people who are trying to also put him in prison to figure out who's trying to kill him.
Yeah. Well, and they're like, oh no, the FBI is on it. The FBI that
yeah, so we learned so much about the
Trump
assassination
during his first.
How much have we learned about the first assassination?
Yeah, not a lot that they've released. They did have a little press conference today, though.
Yeah, did they disclose anything?
Not really. Just that they fucked up.
No shit.
Yeah. Thanks for pointing out the obvious.
Yeah, no shit. Captain Hindsight.
Yeah. Well, that racks up my winner. I mean, that's why he's my winner. I'm glad that he's trying to get information. So hopefully he does.
It's a good reason to be a winner.
Let's roll into the Trump truth, Kevin.
Trump truth.
What I say is what I say.
The Trump truth of the week is I hate Taylor Swift. All right. Yeah, it's a Trump.
What I say is what I say.
Hey, short, sweet, right to the point. He hates Taylor Swift.
Well, she is stupid.
Again, one of them people that should just keep their mouth shut about politics.
Yeah, how hard is that? You really think that you don't have fans on both sides of the aisle? I mean, shut the fuck up, sing your songs about how you made shit tons of bad decisions, and just spend your money.
Exactly.
So, all right, happenings of the week.
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What is happening?
All right, so first up on the happenings of the week, Kevin, is
that played again? Okay.
The second attempt on Trump's life by this guy, a weirdo.
This guy is so weird. I don't know. It was one
Wesley Ruth.
He was a weird dude. He was a big Ukrainian guy. Like he
had a weird obsession with Ukraine.
Yeah. Like he was, I don't know. He tried to join the Foreign Legion.
He's like half a blue head.
And he said he was a Ukrainian, like, what do you call it? Recruiter. Going around the world.
He's trying to recruit Afghan fighters and.
Yeah, he was weird. Then I don't know. And people keep saying he's Republican. Like I see this shit on fucking. He had I vote Biden Harris sticker on his thing. He donated to Act Blue like 20 times.
Yeah, he is 1,000% not a Trump supporter.
Do you think
has been?
Do you think do you think he was brainwashed into? I mean, by the media, by the rhetoric.
I mean, possibly. I mean, I think it's ironic how some guy tries to kill Trump and the Democrats blame Trump.
It's always that way. It's fucking stupid. I mean,
it's just another sign that the media is corrupt. And I don't know. I just feel like they need to be held accountable somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people are suing them, but like, if you have, like, I guess there was some, I don't know if I have this in there. Probably not. The affidavit about the ABC that came out supposedly saying that they were 100% working with the Harris campaign.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? I mean, nobody really even gets their news from there. I mean, I guess enough people that they're like, oh yeah, I'm dumb enough to vote for Harris because of wholesomeness and.
Well, it's like that guy that called in
Joyful Warrior.
He called in C-SPAN saying he wished the two guys didn't miss Trump. And the guy's like, are you calling for violence? He's like, yeah, to save democracy.
Yeah.
Like, are you that fucking retarded?
Yeah. And then there's no self-reflection there. This is exactly what they've been saying. And then this guy literally just regurgitates it back to him. Now, granted, that might have been a Republican trolling him. Who knows? But
no, I don't know. That's a dumb troll because I'm pretty sure they get.
Well, he's going to get visited for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
He's like, oh, and they show up and he's got like 16,000 Trump flags or something. But according to the left, that's the kind of person who wants to assassinate Trump are Trump supporters. So
yeah, it doesn't make any. Half the time they say that Trump like did this all himself to stage, get popularity.
Yeah,
It's
well,
the
this
dumbest.
dude,
It's the dumbest conspiracy theories. Like the left has the worst conspiracy theories.
yeah,
Like at least the
there's
right
no
usually.
facts behind him at all.
No, at least the right usually turns out to be right.
Yeah,
Because all the COVID shit
it's because we're smart, Kevin. We're smart.
or something.
We use common sense.
All right, hey, go to Vance and Dana Bash because I gotta go step out for a second. So we play that clip.
All right, let's go ahead and play the Vance and Dana Bash interview.
Dana, first of all, let me just respond to a couple things that you said, but I want to start with something you said, which I think is frankly disgusting and is more appropriate for a Democratic propagandist than it is for an American journalist. There is nothing that I have said that has led to threats against these hospitals. These hospitals, the bomb threats and so forth, it's disgusting. The violence is disgusting. We condemn it. We condemn all violence.
Senator, this happened after you and President Trump were on the debate stage, said that cats and dogs
straight up showing her bias.
You asked a question, Dana, and I'm going to go ahead and answer it. What we have said is,
but I don't want to frankly go down this conversation about policy
Dana,
because
you made a point.
I don't want to talk about what I brought up.
You don't want to talk about policy.
No,
Dana,
what I want to talk about
instead of about the fact
Senator,
that
it was
Harris,
your
Dana,
distraction.
granted amnesty.
You were the one who started talking about eating dogs and cats.
Level.
You were the one who brought this
my
up.
constituents
The president
were the
said it
ones
to
who talked
60
about eating
million
dog and
people.
cats, and I talked about it because you were ignoring this community. My constituents
exactly
talked
what's
about
happening.
it.
Have you been to Springfield?
All right, now it's your turn to take over, Kevin.
Okay.
Have you been to Springfield?
Dana, I've been to Springfield probably 100
This
times.
is the crap I hate. They don't let them answer questions. They just keep talking over them.
Have you heard recently since you've gotten these calls?
Have I been in the last 4 days?
No,
I
I'm
haven't
talking
been
about
in the last 4 days, but I've
since
talked
you've
to a lot
gotten
of
these
people.
calls.
Just a little side note. I think Vance is going to destroy Tim Walz when they do their debate in October. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Listen, JD Vance. He's a good public speaker. He has a lot of good points. And he knows how to articulate his points much better than like me and Josh do. But let's get back to it.
But I've
Since
talked
you've
to a lot
gotten
of
these
people
calls
in
from the
Springfield,
constituents.
Dana, and they're telling me this stuff is happening. Dana, would you like to ask me questions and then let me answer them, or would you like to debate me on these topics? I noticed that when you had Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, you gave them multiple choice answers to the questions that you asked, and you allowed them to answer the questions.
Just another point on that. It was also pre-recorded, so yeah. At least Trump and Vance will do a live interview. So again,
I'm happy to be here to talk about policy, but if you're going to interrupt me every single time that I open my mouth, then why am I even doing this?
Aiden Clark, who is an 11-year-old boy who was killed in Springfield last year. It was a car accident involving a Haitian immigrant. You said that he was murdered. His father said that's not true. It was an accident. Here's what he said to you.
Politicians, Bernie Moreno, Chip Roy, J.D. Vance, and Donald Trump. They have spoken my son's name and used his death for political gain. This needs to stop now. They are not allowed, nor have they ever been allowed to mention Aiden Clark from Springfield, Ohio. I will listen to them one more time to hear their apologies.
Here's the thing about this whole clip, and like it sucks that this dude's. Yeah, I was gonna say it sucks that this dude's kid died, but him like putting himself in the spotlight, because he also went on during that talking about like this is spurring racism and all that stuff, and it's like it was a murder, it was an accident. The dude didn't know how to drive, didn't have a driver's license, didn't understand our driving laws, and he killed somebody. So based on his logic, then nobody killed by a drunk driver is murder, and they shouldn't be charged with murder. It's an accident.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a license and you're on the road and you kill somebody, that's vehicular homicide because you should not have been on the road.
Yeah, it's like, did he accidentally fall into the car? I mean, I don't understand that, but I mean, it sucks because like it sucks that this guy is going through this and he lost his son. I don't know why he's injecting himself into this, but it's like I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to grieve him, father. I'm not gonna comment on it. So
No, I'm not gonna. Like he's doing what he's doing. It's just like
it just doesn't make sense.
why
to
would
me.
you
Why
inject
would-
yourself
yeah.
into the situation? So I don't know. Let's just keep going.
Senator, he's asking for you to apologize. Will you?
Dana, first of all,
I think
my
Kamala
heart goes out to
ause
the Clark
them
family,
an
and I
apology
don't
for
bring their son's name up because they
bringing all
clearly
those
expressed
people
a
into the
preference
community.
for politicians to not bring their son's name up. I wish them all the best. I can't believe what kind of a tragedy they've experienced, but I'm still going to keep on talking about what the migrants have done to Springfield, Ohio, and what Kamala Harris's open border has done to Springfield, Ohio. And Dana, I think this illustrates the entire contrast between how we're trying to go about this debate and how a lot of the Democrats are trying to go about this debate. They're talking about 12 Proud Boys marching in Springfield, Ohio. They're talking about the frankly fake debunkings of a lot of these stories that are out there. I'm talking to my constituents and I'm hearing terrible things about what's going on in
Basically what she's
Springfield,
saying, too,
and
like,
Kamala Harris's
she's
open border
calling the
policies
constituents
have
that
caused these
contacted him a
problems.
bunch of
The
liars.
hospitals
Yeah.
are overwhelmed.
Like they're
Dana.
talking
The
out of both
schools
sides of their
are
mouth.
overwhelmed. The local services are completely
It's
overwhelmed.
like, oh, I'm just
You
going to
have
ignore my.
people who
Ah,
can't
you're
afford
crazy.
housing.
Actually, got-
Homelessness has
did
gone
you
up.
see already go
Murders
by
are
the
up by
bomb threatenings?
81% because of what Kamala Harris has
And how
allowed
they've
to
been
happen to
debunked
this
to be
small
in a foreign
community.
country.
I'm going to keep on talking about
Well,
that.
we're gonna
Now,
get into
of
that.
course, we can
Well, we
criticize
can talk about it
violence.
now. I mean,
we can
all
also
those
still
bomb
talk
threats were
about the
hoaxes.
problems
Most
that are
bomb
happening
threats
in
are, but they came
Springfield,
from a
and
foreign
we should
country.
be able to do both
Why they're
those
not
things
telling us what country it
simultaneously,
is, I
Dana.
have no idea. But yeah, that was the next thing. Is like all those bomb threats on the hospitals; those were fake from foreign countries. And the weird thing is they keep lowering the number. You
Yeah.
notice that? Like it started out as 30,000, then 20,000, then 15,000. It's like everyone that goes on these left-wing media stations like keeps lowering the number. Oh no, it's not quite as bad. 10,000, even if it was only 10,000 people in a city of 59,000 is a lot.
Yes, there's a town of I think 9,000. I think it was Pennsylvania, maybe. I don't know, but they had 1,000 immigrants shipped to their town.
Well, think of all these small border towns in Texas.
Oh, I know, it's bad.
Like just get overrun. Oh, here's P. Diddy was arrested, so we kind of talked about it, but he
A
was
little
actually
bit.
arrested and held without bond for some freak offs.
Yeah,
Called him.
they're saying he has a lot of shit on a lot of people.
Well, he's just like he was running an episode.
He's also on suicide watch right now. So I don't know what should we start the timer on when he's not going to make it,
or start the memes. P. Diddy didn't kill himself.
It doesn't matter. They'll get away with it.
He ran it the same way Epstein. Everything that happened at his freak offs. They were all recorded.
Yeah,
And
every
he got all these
room
music
was recorded.
executives resigning. It's like, oh, that's not weird.
They said he had executives. He had people in the sports people. He had rappers and musicians, and he had politicians. I mean, he had everyone there.
Yeah,
on these parties, and there's some weird shit that happened, I guess. And everything was recorded. Everything, every inch of his house was fucking. It was videoed up, man. He was recording all that shit.
Yeah,
and
it
he would
was
use it.
I
He would
was
use it
lost
to
kid.
bribe people. I mean, that's what he did.
Blackmail and extortion.
Yeah. Then I don't know if he did it to the wrong person or what, but
I don't know, that or something got out. I mean,
R.I.P. Diddy.
yeah, so that'll be interesting to see.
That shit won't get out. Just like the Epstein files, that shit's never going to see the light of day.
No, the Epstein files are going to require a leak. It's the only way that's going to get out. Someone's going to have to find the client list and actually leak it. Here's a random thing. RFK Jr. is being investigated by NOAA for driving around with a whale head strapped to his car way back in the day.
See, this is the weird thing. Until he's...
What the fuck is up with that guy and animals, though?
I know. Was it a bear, too? Wasn't it a bear?
He put a dead bear in the middle of like a park in New York.
Yeah. So I don't know what's up with him and like dead animals and trophying them or driving them around. It's weird. Too, though, weird how all this stuff keeps coming out after he endorsed Trump.
Yeah, that is so random. What are you going
It's
to
like
charge him
it's
with?
almost like there's a conspiracy to go after him after he endorsed the wrong person. I mean, I don't know if this is a conspiracy theory, but it's sure.
What? You
it's-
imagine going to court for that?
Did you drive around with a whale head? Maybe.
I think we
don't know.
can
I mean,
all agree
how?
that we've done stupid shit in our past.
What? Why? That's what I don't get. This. Why? What do you do with it?
I don't know. Maybe you wanted to take it home and see if you could have it like stuffed.
Mounted?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I went whaling yesterday.
It's like, yeah. I mean, how do you randomly find a dead whalehead? Is what's weird.
He found a dead whale and he cut the head off.
I mean, the dude's done some weird shit. I mean, it's
That's
just,
what they said he did. He found a dead whale on a beach. He cut the head off and then like put it on top of his car or something.
what does NOAA stand for? Isn't it like National Oceanic
I don't know.
something Administration?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're gonna do.
Probably sue
Revoke
him
his
or
whaling license.
Give him. Why isn't every whaling license revoked already?
I mean, I think.
What? I mean, I don't think in China. I think
I know you miss the blubber lamps, but
Well, who doesn't miss blubber lamp? It's an efficient way
No,
to get light.
efficient. It's natural. Made your whole house smell like fish.
Yeah. Who
Feels
doesn't like a
great.
good fishy smell in their house?
Yeah, I just thought that was random as shit. So
Yeah, I like it.
Good shit. Apparently, Iran has been sending hacked information from the Trump campaign to the Biden-Harris administration, and they've been using it.
Well, I mean, come on. If there's no other reason to not vote for Harris, is the fact that both Russia and Iran are trying to get her elected.
I mean, is this the new Russia?
Two of the biggest endorsements you do not want.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to think. Oh no, they want Trump in office. Like, no, I guarantee you, Iran 1,000%.
1,000% does not, because who gives them all their money? Who lets them use all their money? Who doesn't put sanctions on them?
You know, there really hasn't been anything that came out to say we haven't been paying the Taliban. Like, have we stopped paying them millions of dollars?
Well, I mean, I maybe you should when you give them $1 billion of fucking weapons.
No, I mean straight up paying them. Like they were paying the Afghan government, but the Afghan government is now
the Taliban.
I think we're millions of dollars.
Yeah, monthly.
Yeah,
it's like a monthly check. Somehow we're doing that, but we can't like solve the homeless crisis.
Let's put it this way: when the country that's screaming death to America is backing a certain party, you probably don't want to vote for those people.
That's what I'm saying.
And you need to go out and vote. You need to ask your friends if they're registered to vote. If they're not registered, you need to get them registered to vote. And, you know, hopefully they're not, you know,
if your friend's
waffle
an idiot,
class caliber people to where,
did you say waffle? Is it because you don't want to say pancake?
No, there's a difference between waffle class and pancake class, Kevin.
Yeah, one has grooves.
No, waffle.
One's a
waffle class are for the kids that, you know, wear helmets. Pancake class is different.
For the kids that didn't have the soft spot.
You know, the ones that teach to be like janitors and stuff?
Yeah.
That's waffle class.
Yeah.
Can't use the R word anymore, so
it's coming back. I heard it's coming back.
But I'm just saying, like, you need to go out, you need to talk to your friends, you need to, you know, people need to go out and vote. It's like, if you think about it, we have 300 and some odd million people in this country, and even with the record turnout last year of Biden's totally legitimate 100% on level 81 million votes, and then Trump's 60 some odd million votes, that's still under half of the population.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe they count the kids in it. So, but
well, I mean,
get out and vote.
Million, yes, kids get counted in the census.
Shut up, I hate you. You got anything else that came up for happenings of the week, Kevin?
Yeah, because we just kind of skipped over it. Oprah's, because I had to pee. Oprah star-studded Kamala show. We kind of barely. We talked about it a little bit, but I mean, we didn't talk about how much of a disaster it was. When she was asked about the border,
it's only a disaster if you're someone who is expecting her to give a real answer.
Well, I guess, yeah.
Production value was fantastic.
Yeah. But I mean, like, she spoke for 3 minutes on the border and didn't give a single policy about the border, to where Oprah had to step in and stop her from talking because she just kept rambling.
That's true.
I mean, there was a lot of questions where she just rambled and made no effing sense at all. I think, like you said, I think Oprah kind of helped her to the finish line of some of those answers.
Oh yeah, she walked her into them. Like, so this is what you meant to say. Oh yeah. And then she can't help but breaking out that hackle every now and again. Like,
I know.
It was just sickening.
It's just a nervous tick.
It's like, let's get a bunch of D-bag celebrities together who nobody gives a shit. There isn't a celebrity on the planet whose opinion I would give a shit about.
Nope.
I mean, literally, like, I don't understand, like, what.
No, just make movies and sing and shit, you know? Let me enjoy your craft.
Make your movies, make your songs, write your books.
You know, when you're done with that shit, once you're done with that shit, you want to get into politics, more power to you.
That's what I don't understand with the whole Ben and Jerry's thing either. It's like, why would you inject yourself in it? Oh, well, we don't care. We don't care.
Ben and Jerry's? The ice cream?
Oh, they're super woke.
Are they?
Oh my God. You didn't know that?
No, I don't eat Ben and Jerry's ice
They're
cream.
like,
I'm not even that much of an ice cream fan.
I don't eat them because they're basically communists.
Oh, weird.
They're hardcore. You didn't know
I wouldn't
that?
eat Ben and Jerry either. It sounds like it's just two dudes, you know?
Yeah. It is two dudes. They got bought out by like
I ain't eating two dudes, man.
They got bought out by the largest ice cream, like whatever in the world, and they had to tell them to dial it back because, like, yeah, you're costing us money.
Yeah, because why are you like why does any company inject themselves in any kind of politics? What you're doing is, it doesn't matter. This country is pretty much divided around 50-50, if not 55-45 some years.
Yeah, I don't think it's right. I think it's over more the other way because the cancel culture on the right actually works. Cancel culture on the left, like back when it was really strong and they were like, you know, like more like public people, or if you worked for like a big corporation that had DEI shit, you could get in some trouble. But like right-wing boycotts, they actually work. Left-wing boycotts, nobody gives a shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the left tries to boycott something and that company's business skyrockets.
They shot their load at fucking like movie stars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you went after the wrong things. We go after companies.
Well, it's like as soon as companies start slipping up, we get on their ass, and there's enough people that, you know, I mean, hell, they turned around
John Deere, Harley Davidson,
Tractor
Supply,
Coors,
Bud Light.
I mean, it's like, yeah, turns out the people that work and buy shit that probably shouldn't be the people you piss off.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of whiny college student douchebags who don't earn or create anything. Their opinion probably shouldn't matter. It's like the bottom line should matter. That's why I don't understand. Why would you inject either side? Either side.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm totally fine with a company being neutral and not injecting themselves in anything.
Yep, I prefer every company to be neutral and just shut the fuck up and pay.
Yeah, the funny thing is Oprah did run that little whatever the fuck that shit show was last night as like a normal Oprah show. Yeah. It's just Tom Cruise didn't run in and like stomp up and down on the couch like, I love Kamala.
I think it was full of celebrities too, wasn't it? Like all the celebrities.
It was a big ass celebrity Zoom call.
Yeah, see, that's fucking stupid.
The dude from Breaking Bad and
which one? Walter White?
Yeah.
Aw.
The main character, the dad from
Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Hasn't been doing much lately, so that might have something to do with it. But I think that kind of wraps up
happenings of the week.
What does that mean, Kevin?
White Slur of the Week!
White Slur of the Week!
What's a honky?
And this week's White Slur of the Week is, you know, they can't hear you talking, right? Kevin's saying he wants everyone to know this is how we're fighting racism. And we're fighting racism by informing people that you may be called something and not realize it's a white slur. So if anybody calls you a po-bucker, that's a white slur. It's a corruption of the West African bucker, meaning devil, boogeyman, or white man. In this context, it means poor white trash were referred to as po-buckers. And that is this week's white slur of the week.
What's a honky?
I forgot people couldn't hear me.
Yeah, well,
I was really trying to put that out there that we're trying to fight racism.
Either that or pointing out how it's totally fine to be racist as shit against white people because when you know it was full of shit when they're like, oh no, okay. So another thing back from the movie, there was a toast and basically like raise your glass if you're racist. And everybody raised their glass at first. And then the actual black kid is like, oh wait, no, I'm not raising my glass. I ain't racist. I'm like, you're sitting around a table calling a bunch of white people, a bunch of racist asses taking their money. And she knows.
It's a con job.
It's like this whole thing, like, oh no, I'm not racist because I'm black. I'm like, what? Any race can be racist. And there is still, if you go to other countries, there is horrendous racism in this world.
What?
Horrendous.
Oh yeah. What episode are we on? 24?
22.
22? 23.
23.
So we're on episode 23 of season 3, and we started this at what episode? We probably did 10 episodes of White Slur of the Week, so we probably done 30 some white slurs, and we have yet to be flagged.
Yeah, turns out nobody gives a shit. Oh, and by the way, if you're ever watching us on YouTube or Facebook, those are the only two I could see like shutting down our feed. You can always tune in on X
and Rumble,
like the X and Rumble. Like we have 4 people on X right now. And we appreciate the shit out of you, even though you never
appreciate
comment.
Everybody who watches.
Everybody, especially this YouTube viewer. He's pretty cool. I like the dude. He's offered informative stuff, and you should always make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff.
Oh, and by the way, Josh is not going to be here. Is it next week?
No, it'll be I'm leaving on the 10th.
Oh, October 10th. That's my birthday.
Yeah. My birthday's the next day, which is National Disappoint Your Parents Day.
Everybody can look it up and see what he's talking about. That's it. I don't have anything else. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't have anything
out
myself either. So until next time, I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
And this has been an awesome, tubular, bodacious episode of The Lost Art of Common Sense.
Common Sense!
Common Sense!
Common Sense!
Common Sense!
Keep that vinyl spinning.
And remember, don't be boring, be a pirate. And like we said, until the election, we're going to go ahead and exit out the show, letting you know who Kamala Harris really is.
Hold on. Sorry, we had to pee in the middle of the show, by the way.
That's right. If we had a producer, we could jump back and forth as being more professional. But until we get more likes, subscribes, comments, and shares,
we can't pay people.
We'll see you next week, everybody.
My values have not changed.
Reduce red meat specifically.
Yes.
The Boston Marathon bomber. They should be able to vote.
I think we should have that conversation.
Abolish ICE.
Yeah.
Would you ban offshore drilling?
Yes, and I'm in favor of banning fracking. I am prepared to pass a Green New Deal. I support a mandatory buyback program. We're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals. The idea that more police equals more safety, that's just wrong.
Policing, as we know, goes all the way back to slave patrols and that idea.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
Where do you stand on defund the police?
We need to take a look at these budgets.
Do you ban plastic straws?
I think we should. 70 to 80% tax rate. I think that's fantastic.
Chip in now to the Minnesota Freedom Fund.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Yeah, I am radical. I do believe that we need to get radical about what we are doing.